Welcome to Parkview Field.
If you build it, they will come. I think you proved them right.
Good evening. What a fun look at the first opening day back in 2009. Welcome to Parkview Field, everyone. We have a special show for you, live coverage as we celebrate the 15th season of Tincaps baseball this year.
There's only a small chance we get hit by batting practice. Gates open at 5:35 tonight for the general public.
And Wayne 15's Cameron Leatherman is outside the main gate where the fans will be entering shortly. Cameron, how's it going?
Hey, Dirk and Alyssa and everybody joining us from home this evening. The fans are just now starting to arrive here at Parkview Field. We've got a line of people that are starting to get ready to purchase their last-minute tickets for the game. And before we know it, they're going to be waiting to head into the stadium. While we don't have too many people here yet, there was quite the line to get in back in 2009 for the very first game. Wayne 15 cameras were there when the gates first opened for the very first time. We caught up with a lot of fans in that first game, asking them what they thought about Fort Wayne's new ballpark and the new baseball team. Go ahead, take a listen.
Wow.
Oh, this is great. We came down, we bought season tickets. We love baseball.
View, too. I mean, just the view of the skyline. It makes you really proud of Fort Wayne.
Stadium's beautiful. The kids area was a blast.
You have picnic tables and you have a lot of stores here to look at stuff.
Hey, don't forget that tonight the doors, or the gates I should say, they do open at 5:35. There are still some tickets available. It's a beautiful night. It's nice and warm out here. We've got some sunshine as well. But coming up within the next hour, when we start up at 6 once again, we'll catch up with some fans inside the ballpark sitting in the stands waiting for it to start. We'll also take a look at some new food items that are available here at the ballpark. Back to you, Dirk and Alyssa.
Thanks, Cameron. You know, it's a little breezy for my hair, but it is a gorgeous opening day. Chief Meteorologist Nicholas Ferry out here with us, too.
Can we keep it going through game?
Oh, we can. Temperatures are going to stay above average, and the winds, they will be dying down.
Yay.
So that's some great news for us, and I'm happy to give you this first check of our weather forecast because the temperatures, we get to first pitch, we will be in the low 70s. As the game goes on, we're going to progress down into the 60s. So all in all, that is not bad April weather at all. Ahead in the exclusive 10-day forecast, we have rain coming your way, and it's a lot of rain, so you'll want to see that hour-by-hour forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, that sounds great. Thank you so much, Nicholas. We have much more coming in our live coverage out here from Parkview Field.
Rex Smith, though, is back at Wayne 15 with today's headlines. Rex, what's going on?
All right, Dirk, Alyssa, thank you. In the news tonight, early in-person voting for the 2024 primary election started today in Allen County. Now, one of the bigger races we're watching is Jim Banks as he prepares to leave his his U.S. House seat as he runs for the Senate. 8 candidates are facing off to take his place. The final day to cast an early vote is Monday, May 6th at noon at the Rousseau Center downtown. Primary election day the following day, that's May 7th. And as people hit the polls for early voting, the Allen County Election Board is rolling out new, more accessible voting machines. They partnered with the Northeast Indiana Disability Advocacy Coalition to help improve access for people with disabilities. Features include contrast text and more room for wheelchair users.
Being able to know that the city has and the voting commission has gone through extensive effort to make it easier, anything to make it easier for me to vote is always a plus.
The machines are new this election year. They're being used at the Rousseau Center. The visitation for Fort Wayne's late Mayor Tom Henry will be inside the Allen County Courthouse tomorrow and Thursday. Times for the visitation both days are 2 to 4 and 6 to 8 p.m. You should enter through the north entrance that's right across from the Rousseau Center. During both the visitation and funeral on Friday, you won't be ticketed if you park in the Citizens Square parking lot or use on-street parking around the courthouse and church. Several parking garages and lots will have free parking as well. You can find a full list on WANE.com. Wayne 15 will have coverage as the community pays its final respects to Mayor Tom Henry. Now let's go ahead and send it back to Alyssa and Dirk live at Parkview Field with more for our opening day special coverage. Hey guys.
All right, thank you, Rex. You know, this is a big day for sports in Fort Wayne, but Sports Director Glenn Marini is not actually here.
That's right. Wayne 15 is everywhere. Glenn is in Arizona, where there's a lot of local ties to Purdue's effort at the national championship last night. Glenn, how are things out there?
You know, Dirk and Alyssa, Purdue fans were wondering all season long, would this be our year? Would this be our year? Would this be the year that the Purdue Boilermakers would win the NCAA tournament? And of course, they made it to the championship game here last night. But ultimately here at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, the Boilermakers falling just 40 minutes short. Now, Zach Edey, the two-time National Player of the Year, certainly did his part against UConn. He had a double-double, that with 37 points. But UConn, their size, strength, and athleticism limiting Purdue. The Boilermakers hit only 1 3 on the game and actually got out-rebounded in the contest. Add it all up, and it was a 75-60 loss to the UConn Huskies, who won back-to-back national titles. But after the game in the locker room, there was a lot of talk about how this season was a redemption for the Boilermakers after losing in the first round last year as a 1 seed. We talked to Zach Edey and Fletcher Lawyer about this road to redemption.
We came back after that loss. We've heard everything. Every time we stepped in an away gym, we heard everything. Every time you go on social media, you hear everything and you see everything. And it never affected us. We stayed professional. We never responded. We never let it change us. And we continue to battle that adversity on the court. We continue to let that motivate us. And I'm so proud of the way that everybody on this team responded.
Just taking away from this group and pushing it on to the young guys next year, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be the hardest challenge you've ever done if you want to be good. And so we're going to talk to the coaches, we're going to trust them, and we're going to do what we can do to get back here.
Now, if you want to hear more from the Boilermakers, our full interview with the Homestead grad Fletcher Lawyer and a one-on-one with Blackhawk Christian grad Caleb First, they are posted on WANE.com. Check the sports page there. We're going to have more on the Boilermakers tonight at 11 from Glendale, Arizona. But for now, I'm Glenn Marini reporting in Arizona. Dirk and Alyssa, back to you guys.
Glenn, thank you. Coming up on First at 5, he just might be the unsung hero of the Tincaps. Meet the Snyder grad who keeps the team running. That story in about 7 minutes.
And up next, we take a look at some of the greatest players to grace the diamond at Parkview Field. But first, employees who've been with the Tincaps for all 15 years share their personal highlights of their time with the team.
I work out in the parking lot during games. It's fun. Enjoy baseball.
I'm Usher, Section 109. Been there a long, long time. Love it. The fans, the atmosphere, and the fireworks.
Are here live for opening day, 15th year for the Tincaps at Parkview Field, and there's been so much talent to pass through this ballpark.
It sure has. WANE 15's Josh Ayen gives us a look at some of the folks who went from the 260 to the show.
When looking back on some of the best Tincaps, hard to think of a better person to start with than a hometown hero. Norwell High School grad Josh Van Meter, drafted by the Padres in the 5th round of the 2013 MLB draft. 1 year later, he was suiting up for his hometown team, the Tincaps.
You know, obviously it's exciting. Like I told the other guys, I'm kind of at a loss for words because it's kind of a shell shock, kind of a new thing that, you know, I've never done before, and nobody else has either here.
Van Meter eventually called up to the majors in 2019. It stops in Cincinnati, Arizona, and Pittsburgh. He's now trying to work his way back to the majors with the Yankees AAA affiliate. Alongside Van Meter, Trey Turner suiting up for the Tincaps as well in 2014. The infielder quickly climbing up to the majors, eventually winning a World Series with Washington in 2019. Well, 7 years ago, a Padres prospect absolutely electrifying the crowds here at Parkview Field, and guys might recognize him as Fernando Tatis Jr. During his time here in Fort Wayne, Tatis stealing 29 bases while also hammering 21 home runs, and it's a record that still stands today with the Tincaps.
We broke record that year. I probably broke it again, but you know, people were always cheering, and you know, when the summer came in, it was just beautiful baseball at that ballpark.
Tatis Jr. promoted to the Padres in 2019, and he remains with the team to this day. Josh Ayen, WANE 15 Sports.
So it's not just players who make it to the top of the rankings. Since 2009, the Tincaps have earned 84 awards and recognitions, including Minor League Team of the Year in its very first season and #1 ballpark experience in all of minor league baseball from Stadium Journey 9 times. Last year, the club hit its 5 millionth fan at a game. See the full list of awards on WANE.com.
All right, Nicholas, fans are in for a great night weather-wise if they come out to the game tonight.
Yes, absolutely. Temperatures above average. Very low chance at rain, but much higher chances in the days ahead. I've got all those details ahead of the forecast.
I'm the official scorer. I have been since '93. I love the people I work with, but I love the game. I love to see the new kids. I love to watch the kids play. I love the nuances of baseball. So it's just, for me, it's a joy.
Welcome to Parkview Field.
If you build it, they will come. I think you proved them right.
Welcome back to our special live coverage of the 15th season of Tincaps baseball. Today's opening day at home. First pitch set for 6:35.
A lot of practice, batting practice, a lot of balls actually reaching us now. Suddenly I'm concerned about our spot. As the team warms up, though, there's a lot of work that goes on off the field as well. We want to go behind the scenes with WANE 15's Ethan Dolan. Ethan?
The home clubhouse manager does so much more than just make sure that the equipment is in the right places. During the season, the players spend more time here at the field than they do at home with their families. That means all the clothes they wear, the food they eat, and even the card games they play.
You go to Tincaps games for the home run.
Hit it.
And the big plays. But who washes the jerseys after the game and makes sure that each player has the right bat?
You're the first one here and you're the last one to leave. I do all the laundry. I help coordinate all the meals, the catering.
Meet Sam Swirly Lewis, a Snyder grad who started with the team as a bat boy in high school.
14-year-old kid getting picked up from school, and my mom would bring me straight to the ballpark. So I was around the players, the team, the coaches 24/7.
But now that he's the home clubhouse manager, he does a lot more than just bring the guys their bats.
If we have a 7:05 home game, I'm going to Costco around 10 a.m. when they open, and I'm loading up on all the essentials, cereals, granola bars, snacks. Get to the ballpark around 11, unload all that, restock anything, and then you have players rolling in around 11:30, noon to work out. And so you're overseeing that, making sure the players are taken care of. And then 1 p.m. I'll have a meal delivered to the field, set up the spread so guys can start eating a hot meal. And then I rub about 15 dozen baseballs a game.
And that's all before the game even starts. When it's over, Swirly has to get right back to work.
Those washing machines are running 24/7. All the towels, the uniforms, the pants, all their personal clothes, everything they wear once they're at the ballpark is washed, dried, and hung up by the end of the night.
And even after tidying up the clubhouse and getting it ready for the next day, he's not certain when he'll go home.
Hopefully I get out of here midnight, 12:30. Nights we win, I might stick around a little longer, have fun with the coaches, and nights we lose, I put my head down, I work hard and get out of here.
It's those relationships with the players and coaches, sharing in the wins and losses, that make the job worth it.
I'm with these guys more than I'm with my own family during season, so I get very close, and the bus rides and the euchre games, and it's a blast, it's fun.
Constantly saying goodbye to friends as they move up through the minor leagues is hard, but it's a gratifying experience all on its own.
The best feeling is when down the road later guys come back and say, Swirly, you ran a heck of an operation.
And for a kid from Fort Wayne, being able to have those relationships with his hometown team, well, it makes Parkview Field feel like another place.
Heaven.
You know, another thing that Swirly told me is the origin of his nickname. Under that hat he always wears are two big swirling cowlicks that he just can't get rid of. Coming up at 6, I talked to the head groundskeeper. All this field brand new this year. He gives us the secrets of renovating an entire ballpark. Dirk, Alyssa, back to you.
Thanks, Ethan. So many people to make 15 great years of baseball downtown.
Absolutely. And no rain out here for opening day, which is key.
Yeah, no rain yet, and it should stay that way. There is a slim chance there might be a pop-up shower storm somewhere, but that's going to be mainly southeast of Fort Wayne. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on that. I'll tell you, when we look outside now, I can do it right here, but you can do it at home by looking out our Parkview Field weather webcam. We're going to see a nice scattering of some clouds, some sunshine breaking through, and that sunshine has powered us to some warmth today. Temperatures rose back into the 70s across the region. Take a look at the numbers region-wide. In Fort Wayne, we're registering around 72 degrees at our latest check. The winds are gusty at moments. We are talking about winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour at times, but that's just for another hour or two. Those wind speeds are going to continue to decrease as we move through the nighttime, and really by the time we get to the morning, the wind's barely noticeable at all. When you take a look at the satellite and radar image, you're going to see it's pretty quiet in most spots, but there's this front that's nearby. That's where some rain and thunderstorms, well scattered, could develop as we progress through the evening. Again, that best chance lies to our south and southeast. But we're not completely in the clear. We're going to be watching that closely should any rain develop that becomes an issue for the ballpark here tonight. Let's watch Futurecast, and let's talk about a much more significant chance at rain. That's going to start to show up tomorrow night around 5 o'clock. It's scattered at first, then we rotate through the evening. That rain chance becomes widespread once we get to 11 o'clock at night. Then we head overnight into Thursday morning. These periods of heavy rain continue. There could be some thunderstorms at times. Then during the day on Thursday, more periods of rain. So this rain is just going to be a big, big soaker for us. Temperatures on Thursday going to end up in the 60s. But the rain is really the big story. Once we get to Thursday night into early Friday morning, we're still seeing some periods of rain around, and that rain is going to add up significantly for us. Let's look at how much rain is coming. This is our Futurecast rainfall model, and you can see by the time we get to Friday morning, 1 to 2 inches of total rainfall expected across the region, and we will still add on a little bit more rain during the day on Friday. There is a flood watch in effect for the entire area as a result of this heavy rain that's coming over the next few days. Now let's look at that exclusive 10-day forecast and see if this stretch of 70s can keep hanging on. Unfortunately, it does not, at least in the near term. Tomorrow, our high temperature 66. The clouds increase from morning into the evening. Then by evening, that's when the rain chance starts to creep in. Thursday, 62 our high temperature, rain and thunderstorms. Friday, down to 52. For the weekend, all the rain clears out, looking pretty good. Saturday, 63, lots of sunshine. Sunday, even better, 71 and partly cloudy.
Well, boy, I'll take today's opening day forecast, though, that is for sure.
Yes, a great opening day, for sure.
All right, thank you, Nicholas. Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, a tribute to Mayor Tom Henry. He would have been here with WANE 15 celebrating the Tincaps milestone today, but he passed away less than 2 weeks ago from unexpected complications from cancer. We share his contributions to the ballpark and his love for the Fort Wayne Tincaps. That story tonight on your #1 news at 6. More live coverage from Parkview Field in a moment, but first the 2-minute money plan with Greg Reynolds.
One of the staples of Tincaps baseball, the Bad Apple Dancers. Bad Apple Dancers have been around since the beginning, 2009. They always come out, at the end of the 6th inning?
Yep, end of 6th.
And it's always a great time. I have to say, I think you're looking there at 15-year-old video. They've gotten better.
Yeah, this was their very first performance ever. The choreography has gotten a lot harder, I think. And I actually had the chance to join the Bad Apple Dancers in 2017, and I can tell you it is so much harder than it looks. The hardest part is actually what I call combing the dirt. That's not what anybody else calls it. But those giant metal grates that you have to pull, they are so heavy, and then you have to dance and remember your choreography, but it was a lot of fun, so props to the Bad Apple.
Maybe that's when they got better, is 2017 when you actually helped.
I gave them a few pointers, maybe, that was it. But
the inspiration, well, you have a dance background.
Yeah.
70s this evening, then the 60s. Great night to be out of the ballpark.
All right, Nicholas, thank you so much. We have much more tonight at 6.
See you then.